Hey guys, welcome to Networkers on YouTube channel. And today in this video, we are going to see the introduction to Git. Now to some people, the first thing that is striking in their mind is what is Git? Now maybe you have heard about it somewhere or maybe not. So today I'll tell you about Git everything from scratch. Now everything cannot be covered in a single video. So this is the first video in the series and more videos will be coming out with time. So I recommend you to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you will be the first one to know whenever a new video is out. All right, now let's get started. So if we see what are the things we are going to cover in this video. So first of all, we will see what is Git. We'll see the introduction to Git. We'll see how Git works. Then we are going to see what are the benefits of the Git, how we can set up Git in our system. So I'll walk you through the installation process also, that how you can install Git in your system. Then we'll see about branching and merging. And also we'll see how Git help us collaborate. Okay, so these all are the contents that we'll be discussing in this particular video. Now, since this is just an introduction video, so we will not be diving very deep, but I'll give you an overview about all these things. Okay, and we'll dive deeper in these particular topics in the upcoming videos. Okay, so let's move on with our first thing, that is what is Git. So if we discuss about Git is a version control system. Now the first thing again, that what actually is Git? We know Git is a version control system, but what is a version control system? So version control system is a software that tracks and manages changes to the files over time. Okay, maybe you are working on some projects and you're making changes with time. You are updating your package, your project again and again. Let's say if you're building a website, so you're writing some code, then you're making some modifications, again writing some code, again making some modifications. Okay, so Git is going to help you track down those changes, that what all the changes you have made to your files over time. Okay, and also the version control systems, in short, they are also known as VCS. So they generally allow the users to revisit earlier version of the files. Okay, like anytime you want to revert back to the previous version, so you can easily revert back to the previous version of the file also. You can compare the changes between the version, like what was your code before and what is your code now. So you can compare the changes, you can undo the changes, okay, and you get much more flexibility, even a lot more options. Okay, so in short, Git is a version control system that is going to allow you to track changes in your files, that is going to help you collaborate with others, and also going to help you revert to previous versions very easily. Okay, now we got a general idea about Git, but still we do not know how Git is working and how it helps us track down all those changes. So next thing we'll see is how does it work? How does the Git works? Okay, so Git works by creating a repository. Okay, there is something called as repository. In short, we also call it as a repo. So this repo is nothing but consider it like a digital folder. Okay, and this digital folder is going to store all the files and history of your project. Okay, let's say you will write a code, then you will say this is the version 1, you saved it. Okay, now the same code you will make some modification and you will save it as a new name, let's say version 2. Okay, so the repository is a digital folder that is going to store all the versions, all the file, all the history of your project. Okay, and this particular repository can be hosted on some online platforms like GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, or it can be stored locally onto your system also. Means Git provides you the facility to work online as well as offline also. Okay, and these repositories, let's say if we discuss about our online repository, so these help you to collaborate with other developers as well. Okay, so the remote repository is basically, you can understand like it is a copy of your project that is stored on some remote server. Okay, like whatever code you have written, that code, a copy of the code is also stored online on some remote system, like a GitHub. So it allows you to collaborate with other developers. You can share your code and you can synchronize your changes across different computers. So this is how basically Git works by creating a repository. So multiple developers can be working on the same set of code and they can collaborate with each other. Now we'll see some benefits of Git. So what are the benefits of Git? Git helps you keep track of all your changes. It helps you collaborate with your team members. Okay. Git also provides you the facility to easily switch between different versions of your code. And like we said, Git works by creating repositories, and repositories can be available either offline or online. Okay. So if you are storing or using the local repository, means you are working locally onto your system. So basically you are working offline. Okay. So you can easily, Git provides you the facility to work offline, and you can synchronize your changes whenever you are back online. So you can synchronize your changes to the remote repository. Okay. These are few of the benefits of. Now we are going to see how you can set up Git in your system. Okay. Because whenever you want to start with the Git, so this is the first step to set up Git. Okay. And with this step, you are going to install Git into your system, and then you are going to start working on your project. Okay. So depending on your operating system, you can choose the appropriate version of Git. And like, let's say if you are using Windows, Git is available for almost all the platforms. So if you are using Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, according to your system, you can just go to the official website, you can download Git, and you can install it into your system. Okay. And you can configure your user settings according to your preferences. Now, I will walk you through the process of installing Git onto CentOS Linux system. Okay. So here I have a CentOS Linux system, and here I'll show you how you can install Git. So the first of all, I will open terminal here. Let me open terminal. So this is the Linux terminal. And first of all, I will tell you a command with which you can verify the operating system. Okay. So the command is cat/etc/star release star. Okay. Hit enter. And this will give you the operating system idea that which particular operating system you are using. Okay. So here I can see that I'm using CentOS Linux release 7.9. Okay. So basically this is CentOS Linux and the version number is 9. So here I'm using a CentOS 7 system, and I will walk you through the steps to install Git in this particular system. Okay. So let me clear it out. So clear is the command to clear the terminal screen. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to install Git in this system. So first of all, if you want to verify whether Git is installed or not in your system, so you can simply give the command git, and then you can say -- version. If I give this command, it is saying right now, git command not found. And if you are getting this kind of error, that means Git is not installed in your system. Okay. And now I will walk you through the process of installing Git. So we have already verified that this is the CentOS 7 system. Okay, this is a Linux system. And in this particular system, Git is not installed. Okay. So now if you want to install Git, so what you have to do, you have to give the command yum install Git. Okay. If I give this command, And if I hit enter, okay, so it will first of all check for all the dependencies, okay, that have to be installed with the Git, okay, and then it is going to install the Git. So here it is asking me whether, okay, here it is telling me that it has to download the packages, okay, it has to download the Git and it has to download the FortiGate package. The size of the package is 4.5 MBs, okay, and after the installation, the size will be 22 MBs, okay. So it is asking me for confirmation, is this okay for me? So right now I want to install Git in my system, so I will say yes. So yes means I will type here Y. So I'll just type here Y and I'll hit enter, and this will download all the packages required, and then it is going to install these packages. Okay, so here I have got the status that is complete. That means the installation of Git is complete. So now again, we will give the command git ---- version, and then we will verify whether Git has been installed or not into our system. So I will again say, okay, let me clear it out. So I'll clear the screen and I'll say git ---- version. And now I'm able to see the version number displayed inside my terminal. Okay, here I can see that the Git version 1.8.3.1 has been installed into my system. Okay, earlier when I gave this command git ---- version, I received an error that command not found, but this time I did not get an error. And if I'm seeing this version, that means Git has been successfully installed into our system. Okay, all right. Again, if you want, you can simply say git and hit enter, and this will print all the help menu of the Git, that how you can use the git command. So here, now I'm able to see that Git is installed, and I can use these like commands like git add, git commit, okay, git pull, git push. All these commands of the Git I can use for version control purpose. Okay, so this is how you can install Git into the system. Okay, now we'll see some terms like branching, merging. What are these terms in case of Git? Okay, so let's go back to the slide. So setting up Git is done. Now we'll see about branching and merging. So Git allows you to create different branches. And we can think of the branches as a separate path for making changes to our project. Okay, you can create a branch to work on a new feature or fix a bug without affecting the main version of your project. Okay, let's say you have a website, okay, and the website is already published on the internet. Okay, now you want to add a new feature to your website, or you want to fix a bug on your website. Okay, so instead of directly working and changing the code onto your main website, because if you will change the code on the main website, there are chances that you might end up making more, giving more bugs or crashing the website also. Okay, so for experiment purpose, okay, to test your feature or to fix the bug, you can just pull the code and create a branch. Okay, branch you can understand as a separate copy of code, you can understand. Okay, and you will be working on that particular separate copy of the code. Now, whether you're adding up a feature or you are fixing a bug, so anytime you're done with your changes, you will test it. You will verify it whether it is working properly or not. And once you are confident, okay, once you are confident, you can push the changes to the main repository or the online repository. Okay, so with the help of branches, or we can say the branches help us to work on different tasks simultaneously, and it also helps us collaborate with the others. Okay, and whenever we are ready, we can merge the changes from one branch to another. That is the merging, means combining the changes from different branches. For example, let's say you have finished working on a new feature in a separate branch. And now you can merge that branch into the main branch, combining the changes you made. And Git will automatically handle the merging process and will try to resolve any conflicts that may arise. If different people, let's say you are working in a team, so if different people are making different changes or the changes are conflicting, so Git will automatically take care of the merging process and will try to automatically resolve the conflicts. Okay, so this is a small introduction to the branching and merging. Then the next thing is collaborating with the Git. Okay, so Git also allows you to collaborate with the other developers on the same project. You can push your changes to the remote repository, which is basically a version of your project only stored on a server. And the other developers, they can pull the changes you made and contribute their own changes as well. Means it is kind of a digital folder located online. Okay, and everyone can pull and like take the code from there and push their own changes to that remote repository. Okay, so Git help these changes and ensure that everyone has an up-to-date version of the project. Means all the developers, all the team members who are working on the same project, they should have the same version of the project. Okay, so this is how Git is going to help you collaborate with the others. Means all the developers, they will be working on the same code at the same time, but still they will not conflict with each other. Okay, so this is small introduction to collaboration with the help of Git. All right, so that's it for this video. If you find this information helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more programming content. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Happy coding.